Yes, what's going on? Just picked up a brand new set of keys. Where are they? Oh, I've lost them already. BRR time, okay? This is not another rent to rent. Over the past few years, I've been buying 2 to 3 properties every single year off the cash flow built through properties I don't own into properties like this that I do own for long-term legacy wealth. Just collected the keys. It's going to be a good one. Let's go check it out. Cool. So as you enter the property, straight into this living room lounge area, but we're going to convert this into a bedroom, all right? Now, this is actually quite spacious. So I'm thinking we're going to partition this right here, get rid of that fireplace, and that's going to mean that we're going to have a nice bedroom for our first tenant. Obviously, if you have a little look at the electrics, if you have a look at the plumbing and stuff, all that's going to need redoing. And then if you have a look in here, another big room, but wow, check the carpet. Obviously a lot of work to be done, but the beautiful thing about this deal is if we get it right, we're going to leave no money in this deal. So essentially that means we're putting the money in day one, we're going to do a renovation, we're then going to refinance it at a high enough level to pull all our money out and essentially get this house for free, all right? So this room here, communal space. I'm kind of in two minds. Sometimes what we do when we have a kitchen that's tight is we will move the kitchen door here so that we can have a full length galley kitchen. The only issue with doing that is that you kind of make the lounge area less, less functional because you've got less opportunity for a sofa, but you will be able to get a tumble dryer, maybe even a dishwasher in here, and you're maximizing the space. So it's kind of like, do we prioritize the kitchen or do we prioritize the lounge? Well, originally I was going to whip the door, but then I thought about Piber Street, and Piber Street, because you had a door there, you obviously then can't have a sofa here. You can't use this space. And then it's just a bit weird because then if you think about it, if you have a sofa here, then it kind of impedes on the entrance. You have to go around. If you have a sofa here, once again, it's a bit annoying. So you've not really got that much space. But one thing I think I will do this time, because technically, if you keep that window there, you can get rid of this rad, you can put the rad over there. I'm thinking it's a whole new rewire and probably a whole new central heating system because this stuff is ugly, all right? It's pretty sound, but we can go and take a look at the boiler in a minute. So guys, so here's the thing. When I first viewed this property about 6 or 7 months ago, it was pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it needed modernizing, but there was not as much damage. And what happened was, I almost forgot to do this, but I always recommend viewing the property just before you exchange and complete in case the condition of the property has gone backwards, or there's been more damage, or there's been more moisture in, or whatever it is. So we came and did a final viewing just before completing, and sadly, the roof has completely shot it. Now, there was a little bit of moisture 6 months ago, but nowhere near as much as there is now. And we assessed that the ceiling had come down. We've got rotten joists. We've even got dry rot in the basement, which means the whole of the floor on that lounge area may need to come up. It's pretty crazy, but we managed to negotiate a pretty big discount right at the last minute to make sure that we can fund this stuff. Well, basically, the joists up there are fully shot it, so I can't reach, but Paul can. So these joists are fully shot it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take all this stuff down and see what we're dealt with. We're going to have to replace certain joists, and then it's a brand new roof, okay? We've got the permit for the scaffolding, a brand new roof on the front and the back going in 10 days. Not ideal, got to be done. So yeah, the refurb, the cost of the refurb has gone up, and you can even see there's like loads of light shining through here. Oh mate, why does that loft look so big? Don't. Let me see. Does that loft look big to you? No, Simon, don't do it. Head height's crazy. This would be bedroom 3, so 3 lettable rooms is what we're after, guys. 3 lettable rooms. This is like my bread and butter. And if you followed the £1 million development, you probably know I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. So I've decided to go back to basics on this project. Really, really simple. The worst house on a good street, I can see clear differences in the market. I know my spread. I know what I can spend. I know what I can refinance, because you know, a lot of you out there, you want to do these sexy big developments, but as soon as you need planning, as soon as you're doing big budgets and you're collaborating with builders and firms and all this stuff, there is so much room for error. And on top of that, I love my period sort of special one-off properties. But if you can't find the comparables, the exit can be an absolute nightmare. And that's what I've seen. Love these. Basically, the beauty of these is it means we're not going to need a wardrobe. So we can really maximize this space. I actually want to put an ensuite in one of those when it had the capacity. Let's have a little look at this roof. Yeah, the whole roof's coming off, man. Crazy. And then the bathroom, which to be fair, good size, layout's pretty solid, windows fine. You know, if you're a United fan, that's probably works good, but gonna have to get rid of those tiles. So all of this will get ripped out. But then I always fight this battle with myself. And the reason I fight the battle with myself is because I always want to do the best possible refurb. But I mean, technically, Mike, there's nothing wrong with this shower tray. There's nothing wrong with this glass. I mean, the maddest thing about it is, basically from the last couple of refurbs, I've kept loads of stuff. Oh, it's Southampton. Ah, that makes sense. Gone for a Southampton theme. The maddest thing about it is, let me just have a look at this boiler real quick. The maddest thing about it is that I've kept quite a lot of toilets. I've got like vanities. I've got like wicked towel rads and stuff that I could technically just move here. And then the question is how much damage are the builders and the guys going to do once I start trying to keep things in, and then there's plaster and this, that and the other. Like, how are we going to retain those? That plumbing looks ugly. Is there a way of plumbing that in so it's not like that?
You'll have to box it in.
Ugh. Boiler. When I first looked at this boiler, I thought it was okay, but it's probably going to need a new boiler. Although I will take a picture and send it to my man. I will send it to my man. Let's see what Lucy's got to say, because I was just asking her about whether we should move the...
Hey, just having a little look. Yeah, to be honest, I think less is more, innit? I'd keep it the same as Langley, to be fair.
There you go then. I'll send that to Indy. I'm glad that we don't actually have to move the boiler, because that's annoying, isn't it, when you have to move the boiler. You take some pictures of this stuff, because if I'm not going to keep it, maybe I can sell it. So, super exciting. Paul and the team start tomorrow. Okay, we only completed on Friday, just got the keys. The goal is simple, all right? The goal is simple, to do this as quickly as possible, spend as little as possible, but get the best finish as possible, and try and refinance, pull our money so we can move on to the next one. A couple of figures. Purchase price originally was going to be around 120. We secured it for 108, but then as I discussed, because of the additional damage, we ended up bringing it in for £92,000, which is a massive win for us. We're going to spend in between 30 and 40, depending on how tight I get. I'll have to speak to the governor. And then refinance at 160. So stay tuned. I'm going to document the lot.